thoughts are with Champ Anthony. Man, just a difficult injury. He was playing at a really high level for us, one of our leaders, and I know our medical team will take great care of him, and as he goes through his whatever process it is they need to repair that injury. I don't have the words to. It's just sickening that we can't take care of the football on offense, and I've got to get that fixed. And I think we had 431 yards. They had 334. I thought our defense, other than third and longs, if we could just get off the field on third and longs, that defensive effort would have been remarkable, truthfully. But the third and longs they got 2 third and long conversions on penalties, and then converted, I think, 5 of 8 third and longs, which is we can't do that. But they played hard on defense, and I think our offensive guys played hard. It's just discouraging. You have one possession in the first half that you don't turn the ball over as you're moving it, and we turned it over on Arkansas 29, the 0, and the 27. I don't know how many points they got off of that, but it had to be some. And obviously the possession time in the first half when you're doing that is atrocious. It's miserable to watch that.
Coach Hank got his second collegiate start today, struggled for the time that he was in there. Was there any doubt that he was not going to be the starter this week? And then what did you see from Peyton later on in the game that takes you to next week?
I thought he deserved and earned the right to have the start, and I was anxious to see how he performed in SEC play, and love Hank. And, I want to say this, and I'm big on our players knowing that they're not defined by performance as an individual. That's a bad precedence for me. Man, they're loved as individuals and cared for, but this is a performance-based business for me, and I get judged on that. They get judged on that, and he did not play well in the first half, and missed open guys, and obviously threw the ball into coverage, and we're in red zone again, and double clutches one and kind of floats it over the middle, and so obviously we're not doing a very good job coaching quarterbacks right now. And I thought Peyton's was pretty solid. Thought it was pretty solid. I thought, he had one off of hand again that was picked, but it was the right read, and I'll have to see how hard the catch was. I'm not real sure how hard it was on that, but thought he played solid.
Coach, going forward, how do you get off the field in those third and long situations, and how badly did that hurt your team this afternoon?
Yeah, it was devastating, truthfully. Obviously they had fought so hard after offense put us in some bad spots and to keep us in the game, and it really felt like we were going to win the game at halftime if we just don't turn it over. And then, man, when we finally got in the game, we had, I want to say it was 3 to 4 third and longs that if we get off the field and we get the ball back, we got a chance to, get a tie game. And we didn't get off the field, and it's something we've got to for sure go to work on.
Coach, the self-inflicting stuff now is on both sides of the ball. You're turning it over. Penalties defensively when you talk about third and long, getting off the field. It's not just third down conversions, it's third and long conversions.
Yes.
Is it personnel? Is it execution? Is it scheme? What are you seeing as to why it just keeps happening?
Well, we got to look at ourselves first as coaches, and I don't think it's scheme. I thought we were in some good positions, that they had to make some really tough throws on third and long on the penalty, and then one was selfish, hitting a quarterback out of bounds. That gave them 2 third and longs, and they were backed up at that point. And the other third and longs, we lost contain on the quarterback, and our roof player decided to not stay deep. And same thing we did last week. I think the call was okay. Obviously, we're not coaching it well enough, and or have to find young men that will do it the way they're coached.
Thank you, Coach. Where do you go from here at the quarterback position as you get ready to head into Oklahoma week?
I have no idea sitting here right now, but I'll go back to work tomorrow on it. I'll be as locked in as I've ever been to try to get it fixed.
Coach, today we saw some empty sets. You tried what looks like more different things out there. What was the strategy on how you guys were planning to attack the defense today, and how did you try to adjust here in the second half?
Well, I thought the plan was really good, honestly, and didn't feel like at halftime we needed to change anything. We were been effective running it. People were open. I thought we could win some in our empty sets with our receivers, and and we were willing to, go from empty to other sets too if we felt like we had an advantageous box. But I'll have to look and see how effective it was. I mean, there was some, obviously Dre's touchdown came out of that, which that was our answer to their pressure. It was a side adjustment, really good job by him and Peyton seeing that.
Hugh, offensively, when you start to look at the mistakes, those things, how do you balance, hey, this is what we do with, or maybe these guys can't execute what we're doing?
Unfortunately, this is what I know, and I know that there's people open, and I know that we're running the football. And we got to find a guy that won't throw it to the other team. And we got to find running backs that hold on to it. That's a huge play there. I mean, we're going in to score. I don't know, what was it, 7-0 then, or so it's 7-7, and our defense gets a stop, and who knows what happens. But the scheme is what most everybody in the country is running some sort of. But you've got to have good play at quarterback for sure to at whatever system you're going to choose.
You guys are recruiting at a level that Auburn hasn't really seen in decades, several decades. How much tougher does that get, though, if you can't show more proof of concept, if you can't build momentum on the field?
Yeah, I can't answer that. I've been consistent with my message of how I wanted to build it, and that's through high school recruiting, and hopefully they see they can come in and play and help us. There'll be growing pains, just like we're experiencing. I mean, if you look at, last year's team, the best players we lost were the DBs and probably Marcus Harris, and I think we've improved offensively, everywhere except for we're not playing at a high level at quarterback or taking care of the ball. Defensively, we're playing pretty good up front, and, we lost a lot of experience in that secondary, and that seems to be somewhere we're struggling a little bit. So hopefully those 25 recruits see that, man, coach is telling me the truth. He's building this, and he's going to do it with us. And, now that takes some patience, and people have to decide if that's, what they're wanting to do it like or not. And but I think it's the best thing for Auburn and for the long term. But in the meantime, we should expect to play better too. We got to make catches when they come our way, and we got to make throws, and we certainly can't turn the ball over like we're doing right now.
Coach, this is the second straight week you guys have faced a dual threat quarterback. Moving forward, what are those conversations like with the defense? Because you have a couple more quarterbacks in this league that play the exact same way. What's the conversation of maybe just how to fix those adjustments?
We'll continue to study how others are trying to stop and see if we can find something that helps us in that regard. But it's obviously when you get an athletic guy like him, he presents a different challenge.
Hugh, after two losses like this, where you have winnable games at home, and the schedule's obviously going to get tougher from here, what's your message to the team to try to, kind of rally, or what was it after a loss like that?
Life is full of tests, and we're being tested, and we're either going to pass the next test or fail it. And there's no running from that. There's no hiding from it as coaches, as players, and how we handle those moments, the good and the bad. It speaks to who you are. And you can decide to fight and understand that we got another opportunity to play a top 20 team here at home. I think they're top 20 next week, and there's signs that we can do some good things. But we cannot play as inconsistent as we are, and that's getting really, really frustrating and old. I'm sure it is to a lot of people.